everyone. Welcome back to the Divine Healing Practice channel. This is a channel based on spiritual life coaching and holistic therapy. And today's focus is going to be based on techniques to help you deal with emotional triggers, emotional healing, getting through patterns of reacting with communication with others, and how to connect this with your higher self. So, first of all, I would love to say thank you everyone who's listening and watching, who subscribes, who likes and comments. This is about spreading healing and light to the world, to everyone on a platform of becoming better at connecting to each other and gaining clarity and balance within ourselves individually. So, the key to emotional healing is coming from a place of wanting to have control over your emotions, your reactions, and how you understand emotions from yourself and you separate that from others. Something that has helped me a lot during my past in emotional triggers is to start understanding that we're all equally individual. That if someone is upset with you for whatever reason that may be, and this could be someone that you frequently communicate with and come into contact with, and you always happen to have some kind of disagreement or argument, or you feel things are unfair, is to first step into the place of a higher self. The higher self is you at your best, a divine part of yourself, a spiritual part of yourself that comes from a place of love and light. And it may be hard for some people to get this, to get there, to understand it. But what helps me and others is to come from a place of speaking to a parent or an adult. If you were an adult, or you are adults, I'm not saying you're not. What I'm saying is just look at it this way. For example, if you believe in God, a higher power, whichever way that goes for you, what would your Father God or Mother Nature or angels tell you? From beings of spiritual light and information and guidance, and you could play with it. It could be something that's humorous. Sometimes the universe tests us and puts us in positions where we look back and laugh at, oh, I see what that was about, right? What would that higher self tell you to do in a moment of states of mind? So this helps you come to a place of becoming a listener and a teacher to yourself. You become your self healer. You start to recognize that you have the power to communicate with yourself correctly, and then in turn that comes out towards your communication with others. When you communicate with someone and they're coming off as harsh or misunderstanding or not fair, or they're triggering you saying hurtful words, number one, don't give power to anyone else's words. Those are their words that they choose to use, and they have the right and the free will to choose that, right? People can choose to speak whichever way they choose, including you. So, in that situation, in turn, recognize that this is an individual that you're speaking with, this is the words that they choose to use, and that's okay because it's their life and their choice. Now, turn that to you, where I am an individual and I have the right to choose what I choose to say, feel, and think. And it doesn't have to be based on that person because they're an individual just as I am. This will help you start to have control over separating a trigger from coming to you in a negative way, where it makes you want to feel sad or angry and want to either slow down, stop, and feel that sadness, or react in anger, right? Because you're starting to recognize that it's separate emotions and separate words and actions from different people. That's you and that person. So then you're going to take it to a place of they can feel that way, and I'm going to choose to be of a higher self and accept that that person chooses this, and I'm choosing to come from a place of I don't want to communicate like that. And this could be you telling it to yourself quietly in your own subconscious or conscious self. I'm going to speak to this person very simple, where let's say that's how you feel. All right? Simple, because sometimes when people are coming from a place of anger and you really want to come forth with them with positive words and telling them this, it's hard because that person is used to reacting and communicating the way they do. That's their pattern of communicating. So sometimes you can't change that dynamic and the energy to a balance, but the positive and the best part of it is you are in a place of positive and balance, and that's what has to be your encouragement and your empowerment towards you changing your state of emotional reactions and communication. Okay, it's always about coming back to the self, where you are, where you want to be, where you want to come out of, your personal healing through emotional triggers and moments. So that's about taking control, taking charge of your own feelings, emotions, reactions, getting stability and peace of mind through acceptance is what truly helps you when you're coming from a place of emotional healing when it's triggers from other people. All right. Another technique that I like to use when I'm alone, or if you're alone, this is what really helps a lot, is to start timing your emotions. What do I mean by timing your emotions? You're sad, your heart's broken, something didn't turn out the way you wanted to, or you're angry. I suggest getting a sand timer because there's something about watching time go, seeing it be lost, seeing how much time is spent on what, and seeing time being spent where it's supposed to. You can use this for timing yourself. To I always use a 30-minute timer because it's a fair amount of time. This is what I use for I need to get a workout in real quick, so I'm gonna at least do that 30 minutes that I can, or at least 15 minutes. At least I'm like halfway into my goal, whatever way that may be. The same goes for your emotions. If you're alone in your room or in your home or your car, wherever is a place that you go to cry or be angry, express yourself. Allow yourself out of a 30-minute time, 15 minutes to feel that. It's very important and it's very healing to have your emotions. That makes you human, that makes you have a soul, that makes you feel that you are able to have a connection to yourself and to other people. You're relatable towards a very human moment. After 15 minutes, if you need to take more than 15 minutes, that's okay too. It's your own time of healing. You have to work through your progression in your way. This is just what I suggest you try first. After those 20 or 15, or if you do the full 30 minutes, that's okay too, but I try to not allow myself to be stuck. The point is, the time is about getting out of a time frame of being in an emotion that can kind of keep you stuck in a pattern of emotional downfalls. Come out of that emotion and feel relief of it. Like, I felt it. I needed to feel that. I'm gonna let it go now because that was my moment. And if this happens throughout the day and you need a couple other moments of it, that's fine. Everyone's on a different emotional situation. Then I want you to get into this mindset of then telling yourself, this is about me feeling sad over this. Because what I really wanted when I was feeling sad was to feel happy. So now that I felt sad, now I'm going to go into feeling happy. And what makes me happy is whatever makes you happy. Dancing, being productive in your day, going for a walk. You have to start simple. Do simple things because this is a progression that you have to process through. It's about changing your body's natural chemical reaction towards your emotion. The body starts to become a normal way of reacting based on how you usually have reacted in emotional state of minds. So that's why it can take time. And this is why many of us or many people have emotional or anger problems because your body and your mind have become used to that being a normal reaction. So it's about changing that mindset and the body's norm to an actual healthy norm. If you're home, you could decide, okay, after this moment, I'm going to straighten up my bed. I'm going to go clean up the bathroom or throw all the trash. I'm going to, clean out the old cabinet that has cans that are, expired, whatever. Anything that's about progression and removing things that no longer serve purposes in your area, in your energy. Going to, maybe you were going to go, I don't know, do your hair at the salon. It could be things like that. Anything that's about progress. I want you to do this now during these emotional triggers of healing as a reward for yourself for allowing yourself to feel, come out of it, and be different with it. Okay, so that's what helps you when you're going through these moments of resisting change. Your body wants to resist a healthy pattern because it's not used to that. So this is how you start to change emotional reactions. Let me just go through my notes real quick, make sure I cover what I wanted to cover in this video. Okay, so remember, guys, the thing that helps and that you start to realize when you're starting to step back from reactions from other people and accepting that they have whatever reason they have to feel angry. That's perfectly up to them to feel that if they need to, as well as yourself. When you recognize that it's fair and equal to allow acceptance of someone else's moment of emotions and yours, it becomes a resonating moment of fairness. And when something's fair and equal, because even though they're different emotions, it's equal and fair for you both to feel whatever you're needing to feel. It brings in a peace because it is fair. It is someone's right to have emotional moments. That brings in this healing within you that opens up space for new energy of developing your state of mind towards peacefulness, because everything's about feeling stable, feeling peace within your home, within your finances. All of that is about stability. So when you start to have emotional stability because of acceptance, it starts to change many things throughout your day and throughout your life. All right, guys, so that's going to be the topic for today. Remember, timing your emotions and acceptance of other people's emotional triggers and moments, as well as your own, will really help you start to move forward into emotional healing. All right, guys, please come back, comment, let me know how this helps you, let me know how it resonates, and any technique that you start to pick up along the way during this kind of session you do for yourself, let me know so we can share it with others and help them on their journey to self-healing and enlightenment and being of a higher self. From the Divine Healing Practice channel, I'm Ivy. Thank you. Peace and love. Namaste.